Welcome. You have been provided a contract and subscription management platform purpose-built to streamline operations, reduce cost, and ensure you never miss a renewal again. In this video, I'm going to go into an overview of what this application is. To start with, you have a company profile. This is your domain. Under settings, you have the ability to add users as well as create, duplicate, or create new roles. Your contract tracker is a way for you to be able to add all of your vendor contracts, subscriptions, to be able to see your monthly cost, your yearly cost, and any renewals that are coming up. Next step is to create and add a contract. You will add the vendor that you're looking to use. You will then add the product. From here, you'll hit the pencil and you'll start to fill out the contract details. With the contract dates, this is the most important information to get as accurate as possible. You'll want to make sure you put the appropriate start date, the appropriate expiration date, as well as when you get billed. For your notice date, this is based on each subscription you have with a vendor. This is how many days do you need to provide to your vendor or your provider if you're looking to cancel with them. In this case, it is going to be 60. So you will see here, you would then need to notify your vendor or subscriber on this date in 2026. It also maybe is a auto renew. The next thing you'll do is give it a category, as well as a subcategory. From here, we'll go save. We'll hit next. And now we will create the notifications. Expiration, you'll see here, this contract either auto renews or expires on October 31st, 2026. You may want to be notified 60 days prior to that expiration date. The next one is the notice period. What this means is you would have to notify your vendor or subscriber on September 1st, 2026 if you would like to cancel with them. This is the most important one to definitely use in your business. You'll then get notified July 3rd, 2026 before that notice period that you need to give and provide to your subscriber. From here, you will add the email address. You also can add multiple email addresses under the notification recipients. We will hit save. Next. This is where you can upload the original agreement that you have with the subscriber or vendor, or if you have them on a third external link like a SharePoint site, you can also add them here as well. We'll go save contract. You will see on this view, your monthly cost and your yearly costs have now updated based on that new contract you have just added. Now scroll down and look for rental and lease, and I'll look for the one I just added. After you have built out your contract tracker, you can then take a look into your product tracker. This was built based on the category and subcategory of that contract we just added. With this product tracker, this will give you an overview of tools that you currently have in your business. This next piece here is expense tracker. You have the ability to link to your business banking, credit card information to see all of your transactions and recurring expenses. You also have the ability to share this with your provider or not share with your provider. Once you link to your accounts, it will pull the 2 years worth of data and will start to populate your recurring expenses be able to show you the expense category, the dollar amount. To see more information, you can actually hit the arrow on the far right-hand side. You can see what account it's from, the last date it was billed on, and the dates. You also have the ability to do the same thing with transactions. So under transactions, I'm going to choose LinkedIn, and I'll be able to see this is one transaction of $74.19. From an overview view, you can also then scroll down to see all expenses, your recurring expenses, if there's any product expenses as well as the categories. And from here, you'll start to be able to drill down into the types of categories and what those transactions are. So you'll see an overview here, all of transactions that are listed under software and technology, as well as any recurring expenses. If you're looking to add additional accounts outside the one you have added, just need to come up here to add account. You will then put your telephone number in here. It will then send you a two-factor code. You'll be able to start to look for your bank. Once you have located the bank or credit card provider, it will then ask you to log into that provider to sync the two systems together. Please note you do not need an account with Plaid to get this set up. If you have any additional questions in regards to this application, please make sure that you reach out to your provider through the contact button.